Have you ever wondered why so many people dream of living past 90, but most never make it to their 82nd birthday? What if everything you thought you knew about aging, genetics, luck, even healthy habits, was missing the real truth? Imagine sitting with your family on your 90th birthday, still strong, sharp, and independent. Only to realize that, for most seniors, this future slips away because of simple, deadly mistakes no one ever talks about. Today, I want you to picture yourself, or someone you love, suddenly facing a health scare that changes everything. That's what happened to Dorothy, a vibrant 72-year-old who thought she was doing everything right until a small fall revealed her life was quietly headed in the wrong direction. Dorothy's story isn't just inspiring. It's a wake-up call for every senior and family member watching this video. Why should you watch until the end? Because the difference between celebrating your 90th birthday and becoming another heartbreaking statistic often comes down to a few everyday choices. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the 5 most dangerous mistakes that steal years from seniors' lives, the subtle warning signs you're probably missing, and the simple strategies that transformed Dorothy's future from decline to vibrant health and joy. Stay with us, because what you learn today could add not just years, but real happiness and independence to your life, or save someone you love. Are you ready? Let's begin. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Mistake number 1. The medication multiplication trap. Take Dorothy's story as a cautionary example. Her medicine cabinet once looked like a mini pharmacy, cluttered with a dozen different pills she took every single day. Sound familiar? Blood pressure meds, cholesterol pills, sleep aids, painkillers. Her daily routine was a complex puzzle of medications prescribed by various doctors, none of whom seemed to be talking to each other. The truth is terrifying. Recent research from Johns Hopkins reveals that taking 5 or more medications drastically raises your risk of death by 88%. It's not just the medications themselves, but the unpredictable and sometimes deadly ways they can interact that put seniors like Dorothy in real danger. Dorothy learned the hard way. She was unknowingly taking 2 separate blood thinners prescribed by different specialists. Layer in an over-the-counter pain reliever she picked up on her own, and she became a ticking time bomb. One day, she noticed strange bruises spreading across her skin and overwhelming fatigue she couldn't explain. A visit to her pharmacist uncovered a frightening reality. She was dangerously close to internal bleeding. It was a wake-up call that could have saved her life. But the medication trap doesn't stop there. Each new symptom Dorothy experienced wasn't just a random problem. It was often a side effect of the very medications she was taking. Unfortunately, these side effects often led to more prescriptions, creating a vicious and exhausting cycle. For example, her sleeping pills made her groggy and tired during the day, so doctors prescribed stimulants to help her stay awake. Those caused stomach issues, which in turn led to antacids that interfered with nutrient absorption, causing yet more health concerns. What gave Dorothy hope was the decision to take control. She implemented a medication audit system, a careful, intentional approach to reclaiming her health. She made a master list of every pill, including vitamins and supplements, and scheduled quarterly reviews with her trusted pharmacist. She insisted that all her doctors communicate openly before adding any new prescriptions. Most importantly, she questioned every single new medication. Is this replacing something, or just adding to the pile? And she explored safer, non-drug alternatives whenever possible. 6 months later, Dorothy's transformation was remarkable. Under medical supervision, she reduced her medications from 12 to 5. Her energy levels soared, her mind felt clear again, and those mysterious symptoms that once haunted her, aches, fatigue, insomnia, faded away. She finally understood that many of her health struggles weren't new illnesses at all, but side effects caused by the very drugs she thought were helping her. For instance, the joint pain she was treating was a side effect of her cholesterol medication. Her insomnia, a consequence of taking blood pressure medicine too late in the day. Today, Dorothy follows a simple yet powerful guide before accepting any new medication, something she calls the STAMP protocol. S. Is this symptom truly new, or could it be a side effect? T. Have we exhausted non-drug solutions first? A. Are all my healthcare providers aware of this new prescription? M. Will this medication safely mix with what I'm already taking? P. What's the plan to eventually reduce or stop this medication? If you find yourself juggling multiple medications, ask yourself, when was the last time you reviewed every single one with one healthcare professional? Are you unknowingly caught in the medication multiplication trap? Please share your experience below. Your story might save someone else's life. And hold tight, because mistake number 2 is lurking right in your kitchen, and it might shock you. Mistake number 2. The invisible poison in your pantry. Take Dorothy's story as a heartfelt warning. 3 years ago, when she first opened her pantry, everything seemed perfectly fine. She thought she was making smart choices. There were whole grain cereals proudly displayed, low-fat cookies neatly stacked, and sugar-free drinks lined up like soldiers guarding her health. It all looked so healthy, so responsible. But beneath that seemingly wholesome surface, Dorothy was unknowingly feeding her body what geriatric nutritionists now call age accelerators. These are the silent enemies. Foods packed with hidden sugars, artificial sweeteners, and additives that stealthily speed up cellular aging and trigger chronic inflammation, slowly wearing down the body from the inside out. What really shocked Dorothy, and honestly, it shook me when I first heard it, was learning that the granola bar she grabbed daily, thinking it was a healthful snack, actually contained a staggering 22 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than in a glazed donut. Imagine that. And those so-called sugar-free drinks? They were loaded with aspartame, a chemical linked by research to an increased risk of stroke in seniors. The hidden sugars and sweeteners weren't just innocent ingredients. They were fueling dangerous insulin spikes that nudged Dorothy dangerously closer to diabetes, a reality she had no idea she was facing. The wake-up call came during a routine grocery trip with her daughter, a nutritionist who gently but firmly exposed the truth. They scanned the labels together and found her whole grain bread packed with high-fructose corn syrup. The low-fat products that promised health were loaded with sugar just to mask blandness. The canned soups she trusted had sodium levels high enough to send her blood pressure soaring. Even the processed meats, a staple for convenience, contained nitrates scientifically linked to cognitive decline. It was overwhelming and heartbreaking for Dorothy to realize how many healthy choices were harming her. But here's the cruel twist of fate. Dorothy was also chronically dehydrated. Like many seniors, her natural thirst signals had dulled with age, and she often confused hunger for thirst. At 72, she was only drinking 2 to 3 glasses of water a day, while unknowingly consuming dehydrating caffeine and alcohol. This hidden dehydration was causing kidney problems, bouts of confusion, and even increasing her risk of falls. It was a silent crisis quietly unraveling her health. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Determined to reclaim her vitality, Dorothy embraced what she now calls her 5-5-5 rule. This simple, empowering guideline transformed her life. Only 5 ingredients or less in any packaged food she buys, drinking 5 glasses of water by 5 p.m. to avoid those dreaded nighttime bathroom trips, and eating 5 different colors of fruits and vegetables every day to flood her body with diverse nutrients. She swapped out processed snacks for wholesome nuts and seeds, replaced sugary drinks with soothing herbal teas and refreshing infused waters, and chose lean proteins like fish and chicken instead of processed meats. She ditched the deceptive white bread for genuine whole grains, not just packages labeled whole grain that trick consumers. Dorothy's hydration breakthrough was nothing short of miraculous. She started a water ritual that was easy to keep. 1 glass immediately upon waking, carrying a water bottle marked with hourly goals, counting herbal teas toward her daily intake, and snacking on fruits rich in water content. Within just 4 months, her pre-diabetes reversed. Her energy soared, and friends began complimenting her on how youthful and radiant her skin looked. Joint pain faded as inflammation diminished, and her kidney function improved significantly. The most surprising discovery: her grocery bills dropped by nearly 30% because she stopped buying expensive, processed foods that didn't serve her body. This journey taught Dorothy, and it's a lesson for all of us, that what we keep on our pantry shelves isn't just about convenience or even taste. It's about honoring our bodies with real nourishment, reclaiming control over our health, and embracing a life full of vitality and hope. And honestly, if you take away only one thing from Dorothy's story, let it be this: the invisible poisons are real, but so is the power to change, one mindful choice at a time. Mistake number 3: the mobility mindset death spiral. It's something I see far too often, and it breaks my heart every single time. Imagine telling yourself, "I'll just be careful," like Dorothy did after her very first fall. It sounds harmless, even sensible, right? Who wouldn't want to play it safe? So, she stopped climbing stairs, avoided uneven sidewalks, and slowly but surely began shrinking her world. Movement by movement, step by step, she pulled back from life. But here's the painful, harsh truth. This careful mindset is one of the deadliest traps seniors fall into, and it quietly steals away their independence, strength, and joy. Fear of falling doesn't just make you cautious, it creates a vicious, self-fulfilling prophecy. Dorothy's fear chained her to inactivity, and her body paid a cruel price. Muscles that once supported her became weak, her balance wavered like a flickering flame, and her bones grew brittle with neglect. Within just 18 months of being careful, she struggled to get out of a chair without help. It's heartbreaking because this spiral is so common. Studies show seniors who limit their activity out of fear are 3 times more likely to fall within a year. What's worse, every single week spent inactive ages your muscles by 6 months. I find that fact devastating. She was accelerating her decline by trying to protect herself. The moment Dorothy truly woke up was bittersweet. She realized she couldn't even lift her energetic 6-year-old grandson, a moment that crushed her spirit but sparked a necessary change. Her physical therapist delivered a wake-up call that stung but was full of care. "Dorothy, you're 72, but your muscle mass is like someone 85. Your protective instincts are hurting you." I admire her courage because facing that reality isn't easy. It takes strength to admit you need help. Dorothy's transformation began with something simple, yet profound: the Power of 3 program. Just 3 small exercises here and there. 3 balance moves while brushing her teeth, 3 strength moves during TV commercials, and 3 gentle stretches before bed. It wasn't glamorous, but it was powerful. She started with basic steps, standing on 1 foot for 10 seconds, holding the sink, sitting and standing 5 times from a chair, and gentle toe touches. Her progress was nothing short of inspiring. From barely balancing 5 seconds in week 1, to holding a full 30 seconds by week 4. By week 12, she was doing single-leg squats, and by week 24, hiking joyfully with her grandchildren. Witnessing that kind of comeback fills me with hope for everyone who feels trapped by fear. The real game changer? Dorothy discovered that muscles can grow, get stronger, and rebuild at any age. Research even shows 90-year-olds can double their strength in just 12 weeks. This blew my mind, and hers. She joined a senior fitness class, finding not only exercise but friendship, motivation, and laughter. Social connection doubled her consistency. She began adding functional fitness into her daily life, carrying groceries in different ways to build real-world strength, practicing getting up from the floor to prepare for unexpected falls, walking on grass and gravel to sharpen balance, and even dancing to uplift her spirit and coordination. But it wasn't just physical, it was a mental revolution. Dorothy stopped avoiding challenges and started seeking them out. At first, she cautiously took the stairs, holding onto the railings. Then she walked on grass and uneven ground on purpose. She practiced balancing on one leg while cooking, and even did chair yoga during TV shows. That shift, from fear to courage, is what truly saved her. Today, Dorothy deadlifts 60 pounds, teaches yoga to other seniors, and proudly boasts a 12% improvement in bone density. She hasn't fallen in over 2 years. More than that, she's living boldly again. Traveling, playing actively with her grandchildren, embracing life with open arms. It's nothing short of miraculous. So I ask you, what's one physical activity you've stopped doing out of caution? Share it below. And stay tuned, because mistake number 4 is a sneaky one that affects 7 out of 10 seniors, and it might be impacting you right now. Mistake number 4. The social isolation time bomb. After retiring, Dorothy had imagined peaceful days filled with calm. No more juggling difficult teachers, no more endless demands from parents, no more stressful meetings hanging over her head. She looked forward to quiet mornings, gentle afternoons, and restful evenings. But within just 6 months, a terrifying reality crept in that she hadn't anticipated. Days blurred together without a single meaningful conversation. Her world shrank smaller and smaller, until it felt like it was just her house, her loyal dog, and the rare trips to the grocery store. The silence wasn't soothing, it was deafening. What Dorothy didn't realize was how dangerously harmful social isolation really is. The science is brutal. Social isolation can be as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. It raises the risk of premature death by half and doubles the chances of dementia in older adults. Loneliness isn't just a sad feeling. It's a biological assault on the brain, killing precious brain cells, weakening the immune system, and accelerating physical decline. The pandemic made this invisible threat worse than ever. Dorothy's beloved bridge club dissolved, church services moved online, and family visits became nothing more than video calls. She found herself talking more to her dog than to people, losing words mid-sentence, and completely losing track of what day it was. One morning, she even forgot whether she had taken her medications or what day of the week it was. The heartbreaking turning point came when Dorothy's daughter found her sobbing quietly in the kitchen. "I feel like I'm disappearing," Dorothy whispered, tears streaming down her face. That raw, honest moment led them to discover something powerful. Seniors who maintain strong social connections live an average of 22% longer and experience 50% less cognitive decline. It was a wake-up call. Connection wasn't just nice to have, it was essential for survival. Dorothy's journey back from isolation started small but was meaningful. Simple waves to neighbors turned into invitations for coffee. Grocery trips became social outings during special senior hours. She joined a book club at the local library, began volunteering at the hospital gift shop, and embraced technology, using video calls to stay close with her grandkids and taking online classes to stimulate her mind. But the most beautiful breakthrough was the creation of the Tuesday Club, a weekly gathering for seniors in her building who felt just as isolated as she once did. What started as 3 people playing cards has blossomed into a vibrant group of 20, sharing activities, support, laughter, and genuine friendship. Dorothy adopted what she calls the real connection strategy. R for regular contact, making daily check-ins with close friends a priority. E for emotional depth, opening up and sharing feelings, not just surface-level facts. A for active engagement, doing meaningful activities together. L for laughter and joy, making sure every interaction brings smiles and lightness. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Within weeks, Dorothy's vocabulary sharpened, the heavy cloud of depression lifted, without any medication, and her blood pressure dropped by 15 points. She woke up every day excited to connect and converse. Her memory, which had been slipping away, started coming back as she engaged deeply in conversations and social activities. Dorothy learned that it's not about how many people you know, but how deeply you connect. One heartfelt conversation can brighten your soul far more than 10 meaningless greetings. Now, she nurtures 3 close friendships with daily contact, maintains 10 social acquaintances she checks in with weekly, dedicates time to 1 volunteer role that gives her purpose, and attends a learning group that keeps her brain sharp. Technology, once intimidating, became her lifeline, a bridge to family and friends. She mastered video calls, joined online communities for her hobbies, reconnected with old friends on social media, and regularly attends virtual lectures and classes. At 75, Dorothy's calendar is busier than it ever was at 65, but it's filled with moments that truly matter. She hosts weekly dinners, mentors younger retirees, and even found love again, bravely stepping back into dating after 3 lonely years of widowhood. Now I want to ask you, how many days go by without you having a real, meaningful conversation? Be honest with yourself, and share your answer below. Get ready, because mistake number 5 is coming up next. And trust me, it's the one nobody ever talks about. Mistake number 5. The memory myth massacre. We've all heard the dismissive phrases, senior moments. Oh, it's just old age. Or, forgetfulness is normal for seniors. These cliches are so commonly accepted that many of us, like Dorothy, fall victim to their cruel grip without even realizing it. Dorothy believed these lies for years. She told herself that forgetting things was just part of growing old, a natural, unavoidable decline. But one day, the truth hit her with heartbreaking clarity. She forgot her own granddaughter's name. That moment shattered something deep inside her. Fear and despair took hold as she became convinced that dementia was her inevitable fate, that her mind was slipping away like sand through her fingers. This belief nearly destroyed her spirit and her brain. But here's the shocking, painful truth that so many don't realize. Accepting memory loss as a normal, unavoidable part of aging doesn't just allow decline, it speeds it up by a staggering 60%. When Dorothy stopped challenging her brain, resigned to forgetfulness, she unwittingly signed up for a self-fulfilling prophecy. Her brain, like an unused muscle, began to weaken and atrophy. Science is clear and hopeful. Our brains can grow new cells at any age. Neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to rewire itself, doesn't fade away at 60, 70, or even 90 years old. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Yet Dorothy's passive acceptance was shrinking her hippocampus, the very center of memory, by 2% each year. The crisis hit a terrifying peak the day she got lost driving to her daughter's house, a route she had traveled countless times over 15 years. She couldn't rely on her GPS because she'd forgotten the address. Sitting alone in a parking lot, tears streaming down her face, confused and scared, Dorothy faced a terrifying realization. She was losing herself. That moment sparked a fierce determination inside her. Dorothy launched what she calls her Brain Renaissance protocol. Every morning, she dedicates 15 focus minutes to brain training apps like Lumosity and Elevate. In the afternoon, she challenges herself to learn something new, whether it's Spanish, piano, or painting. Each evening, she journals to process her day, keeping her mind engaged and reflective. Before bed, she tackles challenging books, not just light fiction, pushing her cognitive limits. The "never stop learning" mantra became her guiding light. Week 1 was a struggle. Basic Spanish phrases felt like an impossible mountain. But by month 1, she was confidently ordering coffee in Spanish. By 6 months, she could carry on conversations with native speakers. 1 year in, she was reading entire novels in Spanish. Dorothy also embraced memory techniques that rewired her brain. The method of loci, linking items to familiar places to anchor memories. Story chains, creating vivid narratives to remember lists. Teaching others, explaining new knowledge to friends, which strengthened her recall. Dual coding, combining visual and verbal memory for deeper learning. But what surprised Dorothy most was the incredible power of physical exercise. Daily walks boosted her brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, by 300%, literally growing new brain cells. She added dance classes, a perfect storm of coordination, memory, and social connection, a cognitive triple threat. Her smart brain approach became her daily compass. Stimulate her mind with new challenges. Move her body to nurture brain growth. Associate new information with what she already knew. Repeat and teach to deepen learning. Track progress to stay motivated. The results were nothing short of miraculous. In 6 months, her memory test scores jumped 40%. At 73, Dorothy learned to play piano. She became the unofficial tech support for her building, started tutoring ESL students, and even wrote her memoir, recalling details she once thought lost forever. Her neurologist was astonished. "Your brain scans look 10 years younger." What truly transformed Dorothy was this revelation. Believing in her brain's plasticity made it real. The moment she stopped accepting decline as her destiny, her brain stopped shrinking. The minute you believe your brain is finished learning is the moment it starts dying, she now says with conviction. Let me tell you about Dorothy's incredible transformation. Just 3 years ago, she was a cautionary tale. Pre-diabetic, isolated, physically frail, mentally slipping, and drowning in medications. She was on a fast track to join the 85% of seniors who don't make it past 82. Her doctor's prognosis was bleak, 5 to 7 years of worsening health if nothing changed. Today, Dorothy is unrecognizable, not just in body, but in spirit. At 75, she's medication-free except for one blood pressure pill. She deadlifts her body weight, speaks fluent Spanish, and leads a vibrant community of seniors. Her latest blood test stunned her doctor. "You have the biomarkers of someone 20 years younger." But the real transformation runs deeper. Dorothy wakes every day energized and hopeful. She travels internationally, just returned from hiking in Peru, mentors young teachers, nurtures deeper friendships, and carries a confidence that outshines her 60-year-old self. The secret? Dorothy didn't just change her habits. She changed her entire mindset about aging. She refused to see decline as inevitable. Instead, she views every day as an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more connected. "I realized I was dying slowly by trying to stay safe," Dorothy reflects, her voice filled with passion. "Now, I'm living boldly by taking calculated risks. Every new challenge, every workout, every social connection is an investment in my future self." Her message to seniors everywhere is simple but powerful. Stop preparing to die, and start planning to live. Your body and brain are capable of extraordinary things, no matter your age. The only thing holding you back is fear. Dorothy's 80th birthday is already set, a salsa dancing celebration with her Spanish conversation group. Her new goal? To inspire 1,000 other seniors to reclaim their lives before it's too late. Dorothy's remarkable transformation could be yours, too. Thank you so much for watching and joining us on Dorothy's incredible journey from doubt and decline to strength and vibrant living. Her story shows us that aging doesn't have to mean giving up. It can be a time of growth, learning, and joyful transformation. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one important lesson or idea you've learned from Dorothy's story today? What is one action you feel inspired to try or bring into your own life? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and goals can inspire others in this community, too. If you found this video helpful or uplifting, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more empowering stories and tips to help you live your best life at every age. Remember, it's never too late to start planning to live fully and boldly. We're here to support you every step of the way. See you in the next video.